What's up, JEFusion fans? This is Philip, and welcome back to another plastic model review. So, not a gunpla necessarily, but here we have, ta-da! So, Shin Ryouhmaru from Mashin Souzouden Wataru. So, this is actually an upgrade or power up, if you will. So, from Ryuohmaru. So I have previously reviewed Ryuohmaru from the same show. So again, this is an upgrade. So what is interesting about Ryuohmaru, or rather Shin Ryouhmaru rather, so Mashin Souzouden Wataru has 24 episodes, and this guy appears in the 23rd episode. Actually, by the end of episode 23, and then basically gets into battle on the final episode. So, lore wise, so Shin Ryouhmaru is a combination of Ryujinmaru, or actually Ryuohmaru already at that point, and Ryumaru. So, I will explain the lore a little bit. So, I'm gonna get this guy out of the way first because I'm gonna show the box. So, this is the box for Shin Ryouhmaru, and this is quite a hefty box. Surprisingly, it feels much bigger, and the contents seem much heavier than your typical high-grade Gundam kit, for example. So yeah, this is by Bandai, and the anime was also produced by Sunrise. So yeah, this is a sister franchise, if you will. So look at that majestic pose. Guys, can you take like just a few seconds to appreciate how awesome Shin Ryouhmaru looks like here? Okay, so again, going back to a bit of lore here. So the main character of the show is Wataru Hoshibe. So he's the guy with the blue cape, and this is his cousin. So Kakeru Amabe. So yeah, so these guys are cousins. So Kakeru is kind of your secondary protagonist, if you will. Although the main character is Wataru. I mean, it says in the name here, Wataru. So yeah, that's about him. But going back to Ryuohmaru, or Shin Ryouhmaru, so this is basically a combination of two machines, or mashin actually, as they call it. So they combine this Ryuohmaru. So this is Wataru's unit, and again, it fuses together with Kakeru's unit, the Ryumaru. So basically, both machines are already upgraded versions of previous machines. And then, again, in the final episode, or in the final battle, they combine to form what would become Shin Ryouhmaru. So look at that backpack, guys. So this alone, okay, I mean, if you compare it to like another plastic model, so I have here Gundam Double X for comparison. Like, look at how hefty this guy looks, even though it obviously has an SD design to it, but it can easily stand up to an HG model kit. Like, dang, this looks really awesome. Yeah. And I do like the aesthetic of Shin Ryouhmaru overall. So don't get me wrong, I do like Ryuohmaru, but man, this is just on a whole new level. Like the black, white, and gold, or mainly white, and then the black pieces just give a hint of, again, seriousness, if you will. But there is an extensive use of gold parts as well. And again, clear parts. Okay, so again, one of the great things about this series, especially if you're getting the main machines like this one. Look at how awesome this looks like. So this is like the front and back. So look at how gorgeous it is. So again, despite this kit being like is close enough to HG, it does have a lot of entry grade elements to it as well, because first off, you actually don't need tools, basically. So it says here, so no glue, no tools, and color plastic. So color separation in this one is really, really good. So it says here, no need for nippers because, well, just like the show itself, so these models are made for younger audiences and consumers. So basically, it is for kids. But considering the quality in and of itself, adults can easily get into this as well. So here's the story. So this guy, so as of this recording, it's June 25th, 2025. Okay, so that information isn't really necessary. But this guy came out June 21st. So at least it was a day before the actual finale episode, if I'm not mistaken. So the final episode of Mashin Souzouden Wataru aired on the 22nd. So it was a Sunday. So I only so when I watched episode 23, so a week before, so Shin Ryouhmaru made his debut, and I thought, you know what, I am so going to get that machine when it comes out. And come out soon did this guide. Okay, so I actually decided to buy this guy thanks to a former coworker. So yeah, I had a senpai in my workplace who's actually into model kits as well, and he posted on his X account. So we follow each other on X. So I saw him cut up the tail of Shin Ryouhmaru for modification. So yeah, he modifies model kits as well. So he's a collector, he's a builder, and he mods kits as well. So what he plans to do is like cut the tails. So like I said earlier, so and then he's going to put some wire so that you can move the tail around, which is really an awesome idea. But I don't have the skill for that, so I'm just looking at this part as is, but still looks really awesome. So it's through him that I learned that, yeah, Shin Ryouhmaru is already out. So the very next day, I went to my favorite plastic model store and got this. So to put some things into perspective, so I checked out Bandai's official website. So I checked this online, official. So again, Bandai's official website. So how much it was? 2,640 yen, if I'm not mistaken. Not a bad deal. However, because my senpai told me about this guy, if you go to that store, so that store where I bought this from, you can actually get this for 1,700 yen. That's 900 yen cheaper than if I actually bought it at suggested retail price. And well, you probably wouldn't see the price because it was covered in a tag. So I didn't actually, but yeah. So under this seal was, let me see if I can get that out. Oh yeah, I can. Oh yeah, I can. There we go. So I'm gonna show you the price, guys. So it's 1,650 yen. It says 1,500, but tax included, yeah, that's 1,650. It is actually 50 yen cheaper than he told me. But still almost that price. Like, guys, I was mind blown by the price alone. And yeah, like considering how this came out, it's a steal. I mean, looking at the price for this guy, so I think the price that I bought Shin Ryouhmaru with could have been the suggested retail price for Ryuohmaru. I got this guy for just 1,100 yen. Much cheaper than it should have been, I would say. So, heck yeah. So, I know where I'm gonna buy Gunpla from now on. I mean, I have been buying stuff from there for a few months already, so yeah. But yeah. Anyways, let's move on to the actual review. Sorry, I took already a few minutes just talking about my own stuff. So as you can see, the head moves, so it's on a ball joint. So no polycaps on this one, by the way. So I do want to turn the head around, but because the horns are quite long, they might get stuck on the wing or the wing binder parts. And yeah, it's not really much in articulated in the head. By the way, the dark blue piece on that's also clear plastic. So again, it looks like a real gem, and like also on this crotch, very very nice. There's a bit of a red inside of the chest as well. Now that's just regular plastic, but still nice. So the torso, so this is again my kind of issue with the Wataru series. So because you cannot really see it on camera clearly, but it has a really really small waist. So again, there's a balance issue with this one, and as you can see, this is very very top heavy. So again, if you are going to build one of these kits, I really recommend that you strengthen the waist joints so that it's not, as you can see, I don't, it doesn't necessarily move around so much, but again, like it kind of rocks back and forth when you move it. So it doesn't really have that issue when you shake it from like this. So again, the weight of the legs means nothing. It's when you shake the top that's kind of an issue, or that's where you would see the issue. But again, not really too big of a deal, but it's what it is. So again, you can also turn the torso around like so. The knee armors kind of get in the way. So the arms, it does have like your front swinging action. So if you guys look at it from the top, so yeah, really really nice. So it does allow for more arm movement. So the armors, so well the arm can generally move up to 90 degrees. So there is a joint, so you can move the arm around. The elbows, and the best they can do is about a bit over 90 degrees. uh the fists or the hands, so they kind of turn around in place, but they're kind of stopped here, so you cannot really go 360. That's fine. As for the legs, so they are on a ball joint, but the the thighs are really short, I would say. But you can get a decent knee bend. And again, feet are also on a ball joint. So you can kinda turn them around in place. And the toes can actually bend downward, as you can see here. Although that doesn't really do much. But yeah, that's actually that's all you get for articulation, basically. Oh yeah, by the way, going back to the tail, so it does move around kind of. Like again, it is on a ball joint. You can move in a very very little. So again, just like what my senpai did, you can cut each segment of the tail and run a wire through it if you can. I think that's a good modification if you want to make Shin Ryouhmaru much more posable. So on the back there's a hole, so you can stick it onto an action base if you want, or you can also go with a bum hole here. So you can also stick an action base in there, sold separately of course. And for accessories, it only has one accessory, which is the sword. So again, just like with Ryuohmaru, so like there is ideally gold lining on the blade, or the inside rather. So if you want, you can use like a gold panel liner pen to fill, to do those linings. But either way, I still think this works very well. However, unlike Ryuohmaru, you cannot sheath the sword onto the back. But if you want to, like, you can pop off the back of the hand. So like any HG Gundam model kit, so you can do this as well. And then make it hold the sword on both hands, because the handle is long enough for you to accommodate that pose. So yeah, again, so even though I don't pose this guy that much, so the fact that it looks so amazing in and of itself is the main reason why I got this model kit. And considering again the price, where I got it, so uh, ah, damn. So you can see, by the way, so the eyes are under the hood. So the eyes, by the way, again, no stickers. It's a separate part, and yeah, that's one of the things that I also really love about the Wataru series, or at least this iteration. I've never had like other models from the older Wataru entries in the past, so I'm not really sure if they have stickers, but this line, no stickers at all, which makes it kind of one of the more, I don't know, easier, if you will, one of the easier builds that you can do. But don't get me wrong, this took me about 70 minutes, more or less. Yeah, 70-80 minutes to build. I tried to count. It is a rather quick build if you ask me. So comparing to like an HG, which could take, I would say, an average of 2 hours, even without, stuff like panel lining. Of course, it's gonna take longer if you do that. But this guy, again, like, you can finish this one maybe in an hour if you know what you're doing. But yeah, looking at the finished product, again, it's all worth it. Again, the waist issue is still there because it's really top heavy, but uh, again, if you can strengthen it with a joint strengthening pen, or put some super glue and let it dry before putting together the parts, then I think that could solve the problem. So again, not much work needed actually. But even so, again, if you don't move it that much, then it's actually still quite sturdy, surprisingly speaking. So yeah, that's my take on Shin Ryouhmaru. So this was really an awesome build for what looks like an SD, but it looks like SD. It has entry grade elements like no nippers necessary, but the quality of the build feels like HG to me. So yeah, I'm gonna give this still a 5 out of 5. Again, the price, or at least I got really lucky where I got this. Uh, the overall aesthetic, the build quality. Uh, Again, there's only one issue, but it's not gonna break the deal. And again, there's so much going on here. So yeah, this is probably one of my, I don't know, favorite builds so far. Definitely love this one. And again, even though for its SD like size, like it can definitely stand up to like the MGSD, so master grade SD line, if you will. Yeah, it's not gonna lose. Like this can rival the quality of an MGSD build. So yeah, again, perfect score, 5 out of 5. So let me know what you think of Shin Ryouhmaru down in the comments. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and as always, please do leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell so you get the latest from JEFusion. This has been Philip, and I'll see you next time. Bye!